Hey onces! We'll be kicking off this channel with a tutorial on HTML, but to make it twice the fun, we're sticking to a theme. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a markup language that describes the structure of a web page. HTML elements tell a web browser how, what, and in what order to display content in. These elements can be used to format content into a table, render an image, or create an eye-catching title, and much more. Most HTML elements are defined by a start tag, some content, and an end tag. The start tag contains the name of the element and is wrapped in opening and closing angle brackets. The end tag is the same as the start tag except that it includes a / before the element name. This tells the browser where the element ends. This is a common beginner mistake to forget to add this slash. Here are some examples of elements in HTML. Elements can also have attributes within the start tags. These attributes contain extra information that do not show up when the page is rendered. These attributes can be used for a variety of reasons, like adding styling to the element, specifying the URL for a hyperlink, assigning a unique identifier for an element, and much more. There are also empty elements that do not require any content. For example, the image tag. Notice how there is no closing tag and no inner content. This tag works fine without it, and the desired image will be rendered on the page. Let's take a look at what some of these HTML elements do. The B element will bold the text. Heading tags are titles that you want to display on the page. H1 defines the most important heading, and H6 defines the least important heading. By default, H1 is the largest and H6 is the smallest. H7, 8, and 9 do not exist. Sorry Jihyo, Chaeyoung, and Dahyun. The P elements contain paragraphs of text, like your favorite song lyrics from Twice, for example. The BR element inserts a single line break. You make me feel special. HTML has special elements for building lists. OL tags create numbered lists. Each item within the list is put in an LI element. In HTML, it is perfectly valid to nest an element within another element. We did this previously to nest the BR tag within the P elements, and we are doing it again here to nest the LI elements within the OL elements. A second type of lists is the unordered lists. These are wrapped with the UL elements, and these are typically rendered as bullet points. Last but not least, let's look at the elements that are a part of every HTML document. The doc type element defines the document type and the HTML version. The HTML element encloses the entire HTML document. The two elements within the HTML element are usually the head element and the body element. The head element represents the document's header, which can contain other HTML elements like the title element or the meta element. Elements within the head element do not get rendered on the web page. In the case of the title element, it specifies the text that will show up in the tab bar. The body element contains the document body and all of the previous HTML elements that we had talked about earlier. Now let's put everything together. This has been Coding with Fans, and thanks for learning HTML with Twice.